Welcome back to Christo's Cafe, a new year, but the same old cafe. That being said, a little bit of a new coat of paint thanks to Mark Theus for that awesome intro I'll be using for my videos in 2021. So I wanted to bring you guys a deck guide. I wanted to start the year off strong. I promised to make more YouTube videos, and here we are. Not exactly a deck guide, I guess. It's not my deck. I am taking zero credit for this. I had legit just got it off the TLG meta report, so we can call it a deck review, a deck exploration, a deck extravaganza, whatever you want to call it. Here we are talking about TLG's Koschey deck. The reason behind this is pretty straightforward, really. So I wanted to play monsters. I did not want to play Viy. Did we figure out how to pronounce that ever? Let's go with Viy. I didn't want to play Viy, so I wanted to do something fun. I thought Koschey was a neat opportunity. Somebody in chat brought it up and linked me to the TLG meta report where you can find this deck. I will link that down below. So I played it for a few games. It actually won quite a few games. I was impressed. They have it kind of under honorable mentions or tier 3, or it's way at the bottom of the list. But, you know, I really had a good time with it. It won games. It actually does extremely well in Battle Rush. So if you're looking for something to wrap up some of those seasonal quests, Battle Rush, this deck works very nicely. Let's just kind of dive into it quickly. I'm going to kind of follow the same deck guide format I normally do. I've got a couple games against two big meta decks. So the first two games I played with Koschey actually beat Lippy and beat Viy, whatever it is. So again, the deck has the tools to win. You're gonna notice the main thing is you're gonna have a heat wave in here, but you really don't have much else in the way of control. We tried toying with another version of this deck that threw in things like Parasite and Adastriga and some of that mid-range removal. Without that, the deck suffers tremendously against Scoia'tael movement, like the full movement package. If they draw well and get all of that out in front of you, you're going to just frankly eat shit because you can't stop them. So otherwise, though, the deck is meant to produce points, so you're not really terribly concerned about removal. You just want to generate as many points as possible. So let's run down the list quick. We use Force of Nature because that drops us a big bad body that can proc our Koschey Thrive, which gets us the larva, etc., etc. Now, the ideal goal in this deck, we've got Caranthir and Koschey. So Caranthir is going to produce a second Koschey for you. In a long round, there's a few things to be wary of. This overswarms like crazy. Koschey spits out a larva every turn. If you've got one on each row, it spits out 2 larvae every turn. It fills up your row in no time. Some things I have seen in playing this deck a little bit, you can always drop a Koschey, Caranthir Koschey in round 2 if you need to defend a bleed, to put pressure if you want to. Less so for the pressure, more so for the defending of a bleed. I think it's actually quite good because you have to keep in mind this is still a monsters deck with a lot of other tools. So things like Spear Tip, Egern, Osril, Goliath are all big point slams, huge point slams that will be able to do well in a short round. So you don't necessarily need Koschey. If you want to go, let's say, into a short round 3 and you want to bleed or defend with Koschey in round 2, either way, totally doable. The mentality in round 1 is mainly going to be to drop your Endrega larva. I mean, Neckers are in here. There isn't much better to use at that 4 spot on Bruxa's. So you want to use your Thrive in round 1 to win. So you're going to look at Neckers, Bruxa, Larva. You're going to want to use your Foglet to thin with your Endrega Warrior. Pretty much the only reason the Warrior is in here is to consume the Foglet. The other reason, the other way it can actually work out well, be careful with it, but you can consolidate points with it if you wanted to. So if you want to drop that Warrior, consolidate some of those points into one unit so you have a bit more room in case you are overswarming with Koschey. So you've got your Foglets, you've got your Noon Wraith, again, just a big unit you can drop and proc some Thrives, Wild Hunt Riders for more thinning, the Kikimor Workers. Again, in the deck, because they are 7 for 5s, they drop, they generate points through the Thrive engine as well. And at 5 provisions, there really isn't much else. If you look at monsters, there's not like a lot else you want to be including at 5, to be entirely honest. Like there's really not a lot. Maybe a Drowner for some movement if you want to get some of those annoying sentries off the back row. Could be an option as well. But the ability to proc Koschey with Thrive is important. That's why the workers, sorry, are in here. Beast gets you points. A lot of times I see him dropped in round 1. A great way to proc Thrive on your warrior, on your larva, and on your Bruxas and Neckers as well. Goliath, again, big point slam. Osriel, because you've got tons of targets. You've got Goliath, you've got Eager, and you've got Spear Tip, so that all typically works pretty darn well. Caranthir, again, drops you a Koschey, so you're all good there. Mata gets you the top of your deck. So you've got 2 tutor cards here. You've got Mata and you've got Naglfar. Lots of thinning with your Foglet and your Wild Hunt Riders. So I haven't really had too much trouble drawing the cards I need. I almost always get Caranthir into Koschey, no problem. We've got Imlerith. So Imlerith draws you a card, and then you can discard a card to boost it. So you can do that with, let's say, Eagern if you're worried about the armor not sticking against something like Movement ST or against SK Warrior, stuff like that. Don't forget that the Kiki workers have the same issue. If they are exposed, they destroy themselves. So I keep doing this every time I look at a deck guide, but let's add that worker back to the deck. It does have 4 armor, so for somebody to spend 4 points to remove a 7 is somewhat unlikely. So these guys will probably stick around, but it's another option that you can discard with Imlerith. Same thing with Goliath. If you're afraid of it dying and pulling something out from your opponent's side of the board, you can discard Goliath with Imlerith, get that boost, and draw another card out of your deck, more thinning. Mata, side note, coming back to it, if you play Mata, after the Adrenaline 4 triggers with Koschey, you can theoretically get an extra turn of Koschey spawning larva. Again, the whole issue becomes that you can very quickly and very easily overswarm, so just be a little bit careful with that. It's not 1000% necessary, so just watch out. Eagern, big dude, drops for points, drops for Thrive, and can be consumed by Osriel. Heatwave, just because Gezras and other big things can be problematic, so you want to be able to have at least one answer for something. There may be a line where you can kick the Heatwave and find a couple more mid-level pieces, but this deck, after I tweaked it, actually seemed to perform a bit worse. The matchups might have been worse as well. I didn't play that many games with it after making some modifications, but I do like this just big point slam type of deck. It's fairly straightforward to play. You're playing Classic Thrive with a Koschey mixer, so honestly, it's not super challenging. You've got Spear Tip at the top of your provision list, 12 for 12, big old boy, again, triggers Thrive and all of that. So let me know what you think. Like I said, it's not a deck guide. It's more of a deck discussion per se. Drop comments below. Let me know if you like this, or if you're like, no, Christo, I can go find this on the TLG meta report, leave their shit alone and go do your own thing. Drop a line. Let me know. You can find me on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday playing Gwent. Come share your deck with me. I would love to try some different things, and you can find me on Twitter and all that as well. Check in the description for all the links and all the beautiful people who have helped me put all of this together. I mentioned Mark Theus did a phenomenal job with my new intro. These lovely overlays that I'm pointing at over here were done by Anna, so all of them in the description below. Happy New Year! Enjoy these next 2 games and let me know what you think. I will see you all very, very soon. The actual meta report, they straight up say like, this deck is easy to pilot, which probably means I'll fuck it up, but let's go. Hey look, speak of the devil, Lippy. And these guys are playing Earden now, right? Which probably means we're gonna be in a shitty situation. Only milk, the doctor demanded I stop with coffee. You need to get a new doctor, sir. Doesn't sound right at all. So we actually don't hate the Necker because that's a Thrive unit, right? Thrive, consume. Well, maybe the Necker with the larva is overkill. A lot of larvae. Kane, that better be a sarcastic watch feels. If it is not, I will be very upset with you.
What is it?
Well, that's a pain in the ass. Good thing we didn't keep the Neckers because they just get pinged to high hell. We're on the right coin, which is good news. We have some stuff to do though, right? We have some stuff to do. Missing Koschey, we're missing Eagern. Annoying. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the second larva as well. Especially against Lippy to try and keep up tempo wise. The only problem I have is like the biggest unit we have is the Kikimora worker. Which feels a little bit bad. Though they usually want to go long, so hopefully we can keep up if we go Larva into Bruxa, into Foglet, into Consume, into Noon, into Kikimor. And like, there's a possibility we go Naglfar. Like, we only get fucked if we get like Koschey and Osril maybe. Or Imlerith for that matter. It's a good point, Echo. 24 points. 24 points. Thankfully, he can't ping fast enough to actually kill these guys. Getting out the Wild Hunt Rider is going to be a problem, though. Except for with the Drago Warrior. That'll be the way to do it, I guess. Jesus. Because, yeah, we can play pretty much the whole hand, right? That's a stellar combo. Fucking annoyed. Make that a bit smaller. And then we'll get Foggy down. Another hunter. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Leave my poor larva alone. What did it ever do to you? Yo, what's up, Tijil? Am I pronouncing that right, Tijil? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing very well. How are you? Took a little extended. I have to be very careful. This could easily end horribly for me based on what I'm doing right fucking now. He doesn't need to get what's-her-face out. He can bleed me in round 2 and cause serious problems as well. Just said I'm doing well, but I'm not convinced. How are you, sir? Yes, you pronounced it 100% correct. Yes, my first victory of the day, pronouncing your name correct. I'm terrible. The larva killed his entire family and his sensei. That must be why. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. That puts me at 30. Then I need 12 more. Now he swears revenge on all of its kind. That's fair. That's fair. Nothing wrong with that. I might skip the Noon Wraith to try and get a few more points out of this. If I get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, so that puts me at 31. Then the 4 consume. 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 36, 40, 44. Okay, so we actually are fine if we do this. Oh, it's fine. I think that's fine.
At once, both truly remarkable and bloody annoying.
Workers an 8. There's Ceres. Now's where shit goes a bit sideways on us, right?
Need a good slap. All together!
So if we drop the 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 43, then we need 10 more. Oh, that's actually still doable. You're blind? We're good. We're all good. We're keeping up. That's what's important, right? That's 10. That's 8. All right. How cold is it? Means winter. It is winter here. That is correct. It's minus 2 degrees Celsius today, which is actually quite mild for us. I'm not going to complain too much. We just get these out while we can. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Doesn't put us ahead, so that's fine. Let's do this. We'll just do that. We can still play the Noon after if we want, if he passes. On the bright side, he dropped Ceres because him bleeding us with this would have been problematic. Hey, blue boy, hit armor. Thank you. Hit armor. It's not armor. Hit armor. Not armor. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then I have to hope the Naglfar for something half decent. It's a little scary, right? Yesterday reached Nilfgaard highest MMR of 2510. Well done, sir. That's awesome. That is awesome. Were you playing Lockdown? I feel like that is the trend currently. I feel like he was trying to push me out with Lugos and it scares me, but I think the Noon Wraith has to go next. Yeah, Lockdown seems to be doing pretty darn well in the meta right now. You can pass. No, you're not passing. I might have to pass then. That's part of the reason why I wanted to play this Koschey deck, because I feel like it doesn't suffer too much when it goes up against Lockdown, because it doesn't need its leader that much. The locks hurt a little bit, but point wise, monsters can still bully pretty good, and Vi just dies to Lockdown, so this should be okay. What time is it here? It is 8:45. I'm on the east coast of Canada. I guess not that east coast, eastern side of it. I'm in Montreal. All right, there's Koschey. There's Imlerith. There is something to discard for Imlerith. I haven't played any Thronebreaker at all, Echo. I've been playing a lot of Jedi Fallen Order, which I've been loving, and I finished God of War finally, so I have not played much in the way of games otherwise. Jedi on Stadia, actually. I got a discount code to try Stadia out. So I've been giving that a go, and it's actually worked pretty well, because I think with the code I got, it was like Stadia on Stadia Fallen Order was like $20. Minus like the little hiccup every now and again is actually really good. Yes, Fallen Order is the good EA game. That is 1000% correct. It's actually fantastic. It is fucking fantastic. Is Karenthir into Koschey okay here? I think it is. And then we go Imlerith. I mean, we can also night. Nah, I think this is okay. When I saw the planet traveling in the game, it reminded me of KOTOR 1. Yes, it feels so Star Wars, Shadow. It feels so Star Wars. Which is great. Like the music, the environment, the world travel felt exactly like KOTOR. 100%, I agree with you. What will you do after the stream? Spend time at Flake's stream or some other plans? I'll probably spend some time hanging around with Flake for sure. And then after that, I don't know. But yes, I'm going to start by probably raiding Flake when this is all said and done and hang out with him a little bit, and then see what I can do with the rest of my Sunday before I go back to work tomorrow.
After it's all over, you say.
Ooh, what a lovely tea party rapidly graying. Subscribe for 2 months. Welcome back. Welcome back for month number dose. How are you doing, sir? Oh, thank you for the emote. A little glitchy emote. 3, 4, 6. He's gonna play anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter. So shitty draw on our part. Thank you. Thank you. I will take Jeff Bezos' money all day long. So this won't be Blessed Day to raid Dragon Ball. So Echo, I can. If you tell me, oh, cocksucker, get out of here with your Igni.
I hate portals.
On the bright side, he can't really trigger Ceres properly, so that's kind of good news, right? Daryl hates portals, I hate Lippy. You and me both. If I heat wave a 6, he won't have anything much taller to heat wave in the next round, I don't think. Getting the 10-point slam in round 3 will probably be better. All right, if we can grab Aussie, I think we'll feel good. Arsenal inspired me every day, even though I support Newcastle. I've never been one to watch a lot of English soccer. My apologies in advance before I get yelled at. Echo, I'm totally down if you want me to raid. Does Mata get me Osriel or gets me Spear Tip? Either one I think is good. Speaking of Osriel, Booyakasha. Okay, I have a 10, a 6, a 14, and probably a 12. I think we're okay. Oh, I don't. Hockey and baseball, rapidly, you're my man. I agree with you 1000%. Hockey and baseball is the way to go. Basketball I've never loved either. I don't know. I want to give him the target, give him the fact that he'll know he's going to get the extra card. All right, let's just drop all the big boy points on him. I do love that this deck can play Koschey and still has some energy to push afterwards. Like, we're actually going to somewhat theoretically survive this. This is annoying because he's going to ping his own shit, which, I mean, it is what it is.
With me, you'll forget your sorrows.
Early stream, that's right, Matsu. Baseball's fun. You get to hit people with the bat. Assault is always fun. Baseball's fun, honestly, if you spend time watching it. Like, I feel like baseball isn't fun to the casual fan, but if you enjoy the statistics and how the game is played and the theory behind it, I find it super interesting. Matsu, how you doing, man? How are you? Yo, they're everywhere. Lippy is everywhere. Enjoy my 12-point play. Thankfully, I feel like we're in a good spot. I could be entirely wrong. Yeah, of course you drew Ceres. Baseball's fun to play. Baseball's fun to watch locally. Like, if you're there, watching it with like a beer and a hot dog is fantastic. Yes, exactly, rapidly. It's just like a chill. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. It's just like chill, put your feet up, kind of enjoy yourself sort of game. And that's what I like about it.
Oh, what a lovely tea party.
Finished Horizon, Matsu. So that's next, I think, on my list of shit to do. Because I've got it and I haven't played it. I need the neckers. I need to consume. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, I feel like. Is golf a thing in Canada? Golf is absolutely a thing in Canada. It's cold, so we don't get to do it too often. That's much better. I think we hang on to this. It's probably better cards than Brooks on our deck, but I like the Thrive Curve. Golf with Friends. It's literally called Golf with Friends. I'll find the link. It is a riot. Think of like the dumbest mini putt ever. Started AC Odyssey. Yeah, I still can't bring myself to start an Assassin's Creed game. I don't have that amount of time to put into it, Matsu. But Horizon's gonna be my next go after I finish Fallen Order, I think. Did the same have to take a break from the whole game and Twitch? Yeah, sequel. I totally get you. It's just needed to clear my mind a little bit and spend some time outside of the whole Twitchiverse. 2 years after I purchased it, sounds about right. But yeah, Shadow. So we play golf from the month of like in a good year April, but probably May down till about September, in a good year October. So we get like half the year's worth. This kind of fucks up our rider. It's bad. Good to know. Maybe I won't play it. I legit don't know how to beat a Viy deck here. Golf isn't a thing, really? Oh, Rumblin', I feel ya. I totally feel you. Golf is like that one thing about summer that I absolutely miss. I enjoy barbecues and beer and pool parties and all that, but like give me golf. And that's why last year my buddy and I, actually no, last year because of COVID we started late, but the year before there was still a little bit of snow on the ground. That's how early we played golf, just because we needed to get out there. Hello, the cheeks that rumble. Yeah, so if I play golf, I get bullied, especially since Rapidly is an ex-pro. Golf is a posh sport here. Weisenberg, what's up? Nobody cares. Also, hello. You know what I don't care about? I don't care about stupid Viy. You can go away. Very specifically a no Viy zone. I have to stop doing that. He goes on the front row. What does our Naglfar get us? Some scary stuff. Again with the lies. I would have believed it. Ooh, this will maybe give me points, right? What's this pull for my deck? Ski jumping. Ah, that makes sense. You guys get some snow. I'm surprised how big basketball is in a lot of Europe. Yeah, I think we Naglfar at this point and pray to some weird god that we can heat wave, maybe that, or we can Osril, or I don't know. Thank you, gods of RNG. Rapidly just good at everything. King football is king most of Europe, 1000%. I totally agree with you. This Viy is going to be impossible to deal with. I think this matchup is just when we lose. He just won a minute. Oh, so you're not the liar Shadow Rapidly is? He's just too he's too good-spirited. Can't. So happy we heat waved his 31-point card and we still lose on even. Fuck Viy right in the ass. Yes, soccer or football is king in most of you. Even Canada plays football, soccer. Not well at all, but we do it. But we do it. I actually think I looked this up on stream one day of how looking up how Canada fares in the rankings. We have a couple that end up in like at Bayern, could be. Where's the guy from Flake Chat telling his Viy is fine? Fuck if I know. Kind of trash, isn't it? Alphonse Davis. I'll take your word for it. Like I said, every once in a while we have good Canadians that kind of pop up and do their thing. Are you really gonna try and do this? Can we get away with maybe using one Koschey? Oh, Weisenberg, you're spot on. Even growing up, like I played soccer my entire life, mostly because hockey was really expensive and soccer wasn't. Like when you're playing in a league, it's inexpensive because it's outdoors. You don't have to pay for ice time or anything. You buy a pair of shin pads and a pair of cleats, and when you're a kid, that's like under $100. And you're good to go. And that's the thing. People in other countries will literally, if you have no money, don't even need shoes to play, right? Like you have people playing on concrete with balls of tape and whatnot. A ball? We use a bottle when we didn't have a ball. I remember growing up in elementary school. We'd play in like the back lot and nobody had a ball, or we couldn't have a ball, or I don't know what it was, but we had like rocks as nets and stuff. It was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah, so Koschey feels like he gets bullied pretty good, especially by Viy. Everything gets bullied by Viy, right? Okay. I mean, we kept the card, which is kind of nice, right? Backpacks is post. Yes, I've also done that. So these are the cards we want. All three of those, for that matter. Good. I feel like this Necker is kind of okay. It's probably okay. Oh, let's see how this plays out. We also get Beast from Mata, so Koschey goes down on 4. So Koschey goes next, and then Mata gets us an extra turn of Koscheying. Fred died. You enjoy, sir. Heavy walrus nuts. No argument here. Here we go. Viy just kicks us right in the dick. Agreed. Total dick move. I know I should have dropped larvae. But I want the extra turn of Kosh. Not that it matters, actually, because the larvae don't do anything. Yep, you're right. Larvae should have gone first. Well, he had to Onero for a Slizzard, which means he gets 1 less vibe proc. But yeah, I did that backwards. I lost a lot of points, actually. Right? I lost 4 points there. Which against Viy may or may not matter. Still 25 points for a turn. Yeah, there we go. 23. Like, do I want to play Mata and give him another turn?
We dance. For young is the night.
I don't know if I want to. The bright side, Beast gets value. I also need to rearrange this and play Oswald. That's low tempo for him. That's also low tempo for him. It's only 8 points. It's nothing. I don't know what he's thinking. Well, I mean, Goliath's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Freedom.
20. We have I feel like we might have a chance. Fuck off. That is unfucking believable. He played it on the back row, which means he can't consume it. And he can't play. Oh, he did fuck up.
Oh, what a lovely tea party.
Suck it, Viy. No GG for you. Suck it long and suck it hard.
Oh, what a lovely tea party.